guys. You caught me with David Brown's meat in my mouth. I mean, how can I say? What are we going to be looking at today? Well, just to do a thorough review, I'm going to keep looking at the BandEBrewReviews 9.3. To this moment in time, this the Octomore 9.3 blows away everything I've had. I poured myself less than a shot of it last night, and I managed to milk it out for more than 2 hours. Oh God, the flavors are. And I don't remember what I said was a guess on price, but it's closer to like $300 a bottle. The price that I was giving was like the euro or whatever, the two goats heads or whatever the hell that they trade over there. So today we're going to be looking at number 27, ladies and gentlemen. Nihapa, I don't think you're gonna beat the BandEBrewReviews. A little something I'm gonna call show prep. Ooh boy, that's dark. That is dark, dark, dark. Look at that. It's doing a little clinging, but it's looks like it's well, yeah, maybe it's clinging more, and it's definitely that oaky castiness. Kind of peppery. Oh yeah, maybe she is hanging on pretty good there. All right, well, cheers. Shouldn't have had David's meat in my mouth. I'm sure that's been mumbled from time to time. David, hang on, just 1 second. Okay. Little palate cleansing. Definitely nice and clear, but boy, I don't know if I've got anything on the shelf that even gets anywhere near what this is for amber. No? Full shade, nah. No, this is... What about that aged, non-aged stuff I'm doing my best not to touch from Mr. Holster for Sharky to give it a taste. I think you'd really like the Old Cavalier too. Oh, but if you are a fan of a heavily smoky peated Scotch, and you have like $300, $275 at least laying around that you don't know what you want to do with. Whew. Yeah, I know someone like, well, maybe not Scotsman. Scotsman can truly appreciate a high end. So when I say I poured myself a shot and I did everything I could to make it last, I mean, it was right up to bedtime. I had one little sip left in it, and I had that as I cleaned out the glass and set it down on the counter to bring down here. And it was like the last thing that I had. I will tell you though, the whole, especially like now, where I'm gonna have a little bit more than say I did last night. You mix a bunch of hot sauce and whiskeys and scotches, and I have to learn to add a little something to the regiment as I go to bed, because I was laying there going, okay, that's heartburn. And I know on my mom's side of the family, maybe only my mom, but that would be like a direct connection though, wouldn't it? She has the I know it sounds like it's part of your anus, but the little flapper there at the top of your stomach goes bad, and it's the same thing that Greg's got going on right now. So it's just another surgery, and I know they did something for my mom. I don't know if they go in there and they take a PVC check valve and shove it down your esophagus. And long story short, it's a constant fight for heartburn when the little door doesn't do just the one-way job that it's supposed to. So. But of course, I didn't really feel like getting up and going to find something that would counter the heartburn. It's not as sweet as some. Like the first thing I'm kind of getting is almost a rubbery like flavor. And I know some people are like, especially if you're not into drinking whiskeys and scotch, would be going, what are you talking about? But boy, there's a whole bunch of things, like when it comes to scotch, that people will use as a descriptive that would make the common person like Smile Money not even want to even touch it. Gasoline, rubber, leather. My guess is it's not nearly as harsh on the palate as it is on the nose. It actually kind of is coming off a little bit of a turpentine or a varnish kind of smell in there with that oakiness. Like I'm telling you, this is one of the stronger ones for an oak smell. It just reminds me of being in the big wood shop that we had when I worked for one of the flooring companies, and you'd run like a cedar or even some of the pine pine boards through there, and you get this strong smell just like this, but it's not really coming through on the flavor. It's not as sweet as a bunch of them up front. It kind of comes off a little harsh right at first, and then like that's it. It's over, and the rest of it is all fairly smooth. But it's pretty constant. What you get at the start is kind of what you're getting at the end. Versus some of the scotches, for instance, some of the other whiskeys. And if you missed the review of Flask number 26, the Octomore, I'm just guessing on that, 9.3 from Berlati, something like that. That is definitely an Islay Scotch. They're one of the big distributors, the big companies in that neck of the woods, and I'd love the opportunity to go there. There's 8 or 9 distilleries in that area, and a couple of them I didn't even realize were there, and I've been wanting to try. They can't think of the name now. Starts with an L. Very, very highly rated Scotch, and it had an average price of right around $70, which is still less than what I paid for the bottle of Ardbeg. But that Berlati, that's just insanely awesome. So we got Flask number 27. I'm going with a whiskey, and I am spelling it with an E. Again, no idea on the age. The aroma, it is fairly harsh. And a little bit of a mix of almost the smells of fresh cut wood. And a little bit like varnish. Taste is fairly mild up front. It has right towards the front, it has a little bit of a bitter hit, and then it just kind of tails off with that oaky. That oaky kind of a varnish. I don't know if I'm doing it any justice by giving it a flavor like that, but that's what I'm getting. Compared to other things that I've had so far, it starts off kind of beating you up a little bit, but I don't know. My guess is, and again I could be wrong because I've been seriously wrong. I'm gonna give this a 3. Give this a 3, and I'm going to put in the call to Nihap to see if he's a. So number 27. Whiskey with an E. I know you're just tell a fucking joke or something. Gave it a 3. All right. And speaking of Nihap, I got a total mystery bottle in the mail. This being that it's not identified, but I think this is the hot mustard, the hot mustard, spicy mustard, whatever he's going to end up calling it, from Saint & Sauce. And I received a bottle of the Philadelphia whiskey. Again, an 11 or 12. My God, I don't even, actually, this is the bigger bottle, so this one's probably $14. A big bottle of Philadelphia whiskey, and that one was one that honestly surprised the hell out of me. I gave it an 8, and it really liked it. Let's see if that was a response from the Nyhapian. Kings County Peated Rye. I'm actually kind of surprised. Normally I'm not really a huge fan of the rye. Now, peated? Maybe the two of them are adding a distinctive of a flavor to this one or something, because let's quickly look this up and see what this is oops, sorry. Kings County Peated. That's the bourbon. Kings County. All right, is that the? That would be these guys, and this was the one that I believe that the car would run on. Okay. Let's see. If you were interested in picking yourself up, that is $50. $50 to buy this guy right here. In that. So, I honestly, I think that's a little on the. I don't know. Maybe they have a hell of a following. I mean, I'm guessing it's a small batch thing, because they are out of Brooklyn, New York. Again, definitely more of a heavy hitter. Okay. First was the German Ninja, and he says 1, 2, 3. He's Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Yeah. Oh, if anybody you are subscribed to Bobby Brown actually has a little giveaway going right now. You could win a cowbell. You just have to put up a video. I just been really busy this week. I'm actually behind, seriously behind. And Bobby Brown, if he sees this, which would be only because Salty Shellback sent him a link. I did want to do something. I mean, after all, I have freaking cowbells freaking cowbells laying everywhere. I'd probably, I don't know, maybe forward my winnings on to Tardisius or whatever. But this is about to go down. So if you're wearing headphones and it's that time of the morning, you've been warned. So Jolson. So if you're interested in winning a cowbell worthy of a musician, it's one of the, it doesn't actually have the ring or anything in it, but it's meant to be mounted up with your drum kit. Small money, saying first. Real Cool Burnout says fourth. JR10 says pick it up, Proby. Frontline 5, 6, 7. Small money. The little badge will just keep you from keep them from introducing your forehead to the car door frame as they take you downtown. Laugh out loud. Probably. J-Dog, here at work. Poco Loco, this is awesome. For me to poop on. Poco Loco, whoever said the pen is mightier than the sword obviously has never been stabbed before. Real Burnout, 26 minutes and 5 seconds. Rest in peace, eardrums. JR10 says, suck it up and move on, pussy. Poco Loco, say you were held at gunpoint and you had to choose to be stabbed in the ass by a pen or choose a sword. Which would you choose? See the prostitution breast, the sword is mightier than the pen unless you're gay. I guess I'd take getting stabbed in the ass by the pen. Gun Wild, top 20 bitches. Real Cool Burnout, I think some preps are good, like prepping for bad weather. You probably know firsthand about some bad weather storms that could move in, plus power outages, that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't. The place that we had before this one, just was, I don't know, because maybe it was a little bit farther out, maybe there was more people on the grid, or for whatever reason, that one was a little bit more susceptible to the power going out. Here, in the last 10 years, shit, I mean, the power went out last week, and supposedly a transformer blew up, and yet I don't think the power was off for even a half an hour, which I suppose wintertime they giddy up on that, because I would rather some food started going bad in my refrigerator before the house froze up. Of course, this house, for some strange reason, even though it was built in 1914, is holds its own pretty damn well. I could fire up the boiler right now and set it for something that would totally piss Christine off, like anything above 58. And it might run on a day like today, which is pretty nice outside. Hey Google, what's the temperature right now?
In Duluth, it's currently 32.
See, it's like fucking summertime. If I fired the boiler up right now, it would, like, if I set it for 62, 64, it would run up, and then of course, since we switched over to the Nest thermostat, which is part of our security system, so I can literally just say, "Hey Google, can you please turn the thermostat up to 64?"
Sure, setting the thermostat to 64 degrees.
Hey Google, can you set the thermostat to 58?
Sure, setting the thermostat to 58 degrees.
This one doesn't have a way to program in the swing, so if I set it to 62, it'll probably end up being 64 degrees in here, because there's a lot of water that circulates around, and yeah, I know. There's shit that you can put on the system. I just plan ahead, Usually an hour before I head home from work, I turn it on. So by the time I get home, it's more than 58 degrees in the house, and get cleaned up, come downstairs here, and it's already run out its cycle, and I don't have to worry about it. So So heat is something, well, of course, if it was 58 degrees and then the power went out, that, be an issue. Now, if I knew the power was going to go up, but, that's part of prepping, right? You don't exactly know when shit is going to go bad. But, oh yeah, Cobra, we fully know. You take any time where the weather guys come on and said, we're gonna get 12 to 14 inches of snow tomorrow afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock. So if on that day you go to the grocery store, it is wall to wall assholes, and everybody is making sure that they're ready to be hunkered down in case you can't get out. And it is a good thing, because that happened the last time, because it took more, I think it was 3 days. 3 days for them to get a plow past our house. And then I think it was, if it was 3 days for the front, I want to say it was over a week before they plowed the alley, which is where my vehicle was, but, that's okay. City of Duluth, we don't need you. Actually, I can't really blame the city guys after having some conversations with some of the county workers and the city workers and the guys that drive the plows, because they pretty much say the same thing, which kind of is a segue into what is this new trend where they're trying to make it illegal for you to say stuff about government people. Fuck that. I am not sorry at all. I personally think if you're hearing my voice and you live in Duluth, Minnesota, and you voted for fucking Emily Larson, you are a total fucking idiot. That bitch don't know shit. Our streets and the snowplow guys, they're like going, we need equipment. We need people to be hired. And none of that is even on her radar. But oh my God, if that bitch wants to put in a bike trail or do whatever she can to make sure that the downtown and lakefront area is well taken care of, because she don't give a shit about the people that live here. All she gives a shit about is the tourists that'll be coming here. And conversation with some of the plow operators, the barrage of F-bombs and Emily Larson all strung together, and you're just like going, just another example. But you know what? For as many people that bitched about how she was and her ability to run this city, if she runs for another term, these dumb fucking idiots will continue to vote. Duluth used to have a much bigger population. But this is what happens when you leave libtards in charge. Boy, people just want to bend over and take a big old government dick right in their ass because you're so easily swayed by the little trinkets that they want to give you until they're in power. And then you just realize all you have is a dick in your ass. I move on. Multi-gunman. Whiskey. I have to say about the Kings County, they are not afraid to put gobs of flavor in here. I see Brooklyn, New York, and the bottle it comes in. I just see some bootleggers, filling up wooden boxes and shoving it in the back of their 1934 Ford and racing off to distribute it. Yeah. Droko Burnout says, hi, Matt. Thankfully, you're wrong. J-Dog, I like the modern loads for a 9mm. Yeah, I got a modern load for you. Let's show you how it works on your chin. J-Dog, I have a thing for a 12 gauge. Also, I have 6 shotguns plus the Shockwave. Yeah, I'm see, being that I'm such a big fan of like the AR and the the AK, tactical cool shit. There's a few 12 gauges, shotguns that I wouldn't mind getting my hands on, but I don't know. And I know I've said this a million times. I have nothing but regret for getting rid of my my Nova. It was just such a great shotgun, and I'm really not a fan of the Mossberg. That's just me. But tell you, win the lottery, I'd head straight for getting a Benelli, and of course, right now, and I have to do my due diligence, I really need to find an over/under 12 gauge that won't break the bank, but will still be cool, because somebody has something coming up soon. J-Dog, the Benelli M1 Super 90 is crazy fast. So's Joey at the truck stop in stall 3. Stephen Hobson led. Yeah, I have a giveaway going on. You entered once. All you had to do was comment. Huh, that's cool. Glad I'm in. JR10 Desert Gold. Wow, David brought back some very vivid memories of when I was growing up in the 60s. I was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, which also happened to be the home of David Monathan, AFB. That, alone with the Titan missile bases in the area, made poor little Tucson, Arizona a primary target. May I divulge or divert from your conversation to quickly say, welcome, so am I. We have a large Air Force base here, and we are also a shipping port, the head of the lakes, and I don't know if we still have them, but we also were a home of some nuclear projectiles. And that was a big target on a Russian map, if we're still not. So, there's a lot of people that live here that had no idea that we had nuclear capability here. To this day, I can still remember the air raid sirens that were tested every month. David's very cool. It is nice to have an intellectual breath of fresh air on your channel. I won't take that wrong. And he doesn't wear earrings. Okay, I sort of see the direction he went with that. And someone else gave that a 4 thumbs up as of right now. It might have been 3, but it might have been me. Stephen Hobson led the 365 XL. I would love to have the SIG 365 XL. Christine has the 365 SAS. That's the smallest one, and it has if I quickly showed you, which she has it probably on her, it has no sights that you can visibly see until you're looking down it. Then it has a meeper light, and I think it also will take light in through the top of it, so it's not always in the daylight. It gets a little bit brighter. I think it has the fiber optic rods that run through it too. But it has been relief cut, and that whole mechanism sits on it. So, and up front there's no sights, and it's ported. So basically, when you stand and hold it, it's kind of like looking through a red dot. I mean, if you see it, then the bullet's supposed to go where you see it. But yeah, you just kind of move it around until you get the green glow right in the center. And I don't know, Christine shot it a lot better than I did. I put like 3 or 4 mags through it, and for some reason, at a relatively close distance, I pushed really badly to the left. And I don't know if it's the trigger, or I've had other people talk about the sighting system on it, but towards the end of the day, she was definitely getting to the point where, okay, like she said, okay, she might have been aiming at the O in dog, and instead she was hitting the N. At 14, 15 yards in a defensive situation, yeah, I'll take it. To be totally honest, and I know Christopher, Alone Company, I think he did a video once and just got ripped on about talking about how guns don't even need sights. Well, really, I mean, in a defensive situation, someone's running at you with a knife, I don't think I'm going to take the time out to aim. I'm probably just going to pull the gun up and start squeezing the trigger until the threat subsides. Wade, David is absolutely correct. It's your job to protect and provide for your family, not the government. I think this group all knows that, but absolutely. DFC, yo, my friend. Smile Money, question. How are you showering in your tub if there's no water flowing to your house? Oh, I've got a 20,000 gallon tank buried in my backyard. I have solar, and I don't usually like to brag about this, but I also have a small nuclear generator that runs a 575,000 gallon per minute pump, so that if I... How long will your toilet work without enough water flowing in the street lines to move the solids? Well, thankfully with a toilet, as long as you're getting water from anywhere, like if you're able to leave the house, I mean, if you're stuck at home, yeah, Smile Money, you're screwed. But if you're able to get out and get anywhere, all you have to do is overcome the differential in a toilet and it will flush. You know, job site rules, baby. If I got paid for every single time I've had to flush a toilet by bringing water to the job site, definitely more times than I've had to shit in a bucket. Let's stop thinking about that. EMT Railfan, I agree with David. 9/11's story about cleaning out his accounts. I think the first man-made disaster that we would see would be a financial collapse from hackers or something, since everything is electronic now. And no one would have access to their money. No money, no function. Yeah, that could be... I mean, it's not like, most of the time... Actually, I try to get away from it more and more. I try to always make sure that I have a satchel of gold coins on me at any time. David Brown pointed out that one of the very first things, that he always personally has is a bunch of the gold coins, so that after he offs someone at his house, he can afford to pay the cleaner. Smile Money. There is no voter fraud. Crimes not prosecuted are never listed in statistics. EMT Railfan. Jim snarfed an ice cube out his nose. Now that would have been a hell of a basement pop bouncing around to avoid. Yeah, it was funny till you realized how it felt. Smile Money, watch Joey's video. Damn, that boy can work a zipper. Gunwild says he gets a lot of practice at the truck stop. Clyde, you prep for every contingency. What you have to do is have a defendable position, water, food, and the capability to survive, aka the defensive weaponry. Medical reasons find a herbal or a holistic or veterinary medication that is equal to or can do the same as the current medication. Research now, because Google may not exist during a crisis. Revolution. Absolutely. Yeah, it'd actually be interesting to see if there is any holistic stuff out there for the thyroid, because that Christine would be that'd be my biggest concern. As a matter of fact, I think I've told you I have had a couple of times now different kind of scenarios, but I was in an elevated. This was a dream. kind of a nightmare actually. I was in an elevated position, and I was taking out anything that got in the way of Jim, Hornet Fixer, and Christine. They were heading into a some kind of a pharmacy somewhere, and it was like that whole zombie thing, but people weren't zombies. We were just under some kind of a unlawful society scenario, but no zombies. And they were going in looking for medication, Christine's thyroid medication, and anybody that got in their way. What I thought was really cool is that my JP just looked like holy fucking hell, but that's what I was using. Sharky, you'll like the Stroopwafel. Can't believe somewhere in Kentucky there's someone making these typical Dutch cookies. Yeah, I'm planning on giving them a try tomorrow with my coffee. I forgot them down here, or I would have probably brought them with me today. David Brown, that was sure fun. Of course, David, you're welcome anytime. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have somebody celebrating 28 and a half years of not indulging. Well, an idiot stands next to you trying to put foreign food in your mouth and comparing you to Snack Bar Jesus. And thanks a lot for leaving. Thanks, Funky, for making David leave. I thought you'd have it out on the mantle, and when you look at it, you're like going, that's not Snack Bar Jesus. That is Snack Bar David Brown. Yeah, I don't really want to see it either. Oh, I will find a home for it. Sharky, modern 9mm loadings can be pretty damn brutal. I still like more boom on the range, though. It's way more fun. But come shit hits the fan, I'll be carrying a German-made P226R, also railed aluminum frame and stainless slide with 4 20-round mags. Oh yeah. Wade, my late baby brother once blew half of a hamburger through his left nostril. When our uncle said the toilet water level was too high at the local Burger King because his balls got a bath when he sat down, and said at your age you should be glad that your balls are hitting anything. Smart money, David is nice and calm. No millennial irritating comments, laugh out loud. Scotsman, whiskey, and 20 minutes worth of whiskey now. Well, I tell you what, oof. NIHAP says sometimes it's nice to get beat up a little, but I took a couple too many hits to the groin, so I'm gonna tap out on old number 27. But 6. I think Flask number 20, which was the Dewar's Scotch. I think NIHAP, I have to say, getting up to 27, there's been some pretty damn good stuff, and I really appreciate the lesson. Okay. Gillian, Mike, hello, Mr. David Brown, sir. Nice to see you again. Mike again, I love them grenade bottles. Very sweet, Eric. Spicy too, says the real cover burnout. Gillian said he'd like to get some for himself if he knew where they came from. They're thegeneralshotsauce.com. And I see they've got more on the back here. I have had I tried all three of them last night. So I've had Dead Red, made from ripe red cayenne, basic balance of authentic aged cayenne flavor and heat. Ultimate all-purpose sauce, and they said it was medium. I would agree with that. And I had Shock and Awe. This sauce is no joke. Sweet, citrusy notes at first, then count to 5, and the habanero heat, boom, hits ya. Big flavor, big heat. Try it in dressings and sauces. Ideal in chili too, and they say it's very hot. I really like the Shock and Awe. It definitely had that citrusy sweetness up front. And then the other one that I had, or in that 3-pack, was the Danger Close, a top secret blend of red cayenne, orange habanero peppers, packs a strong cayenne flavor, but also brings a solid backdoor kicker of habanero heat. It's the perfect sauce for buffalo wings, trust us, and they list it as hot. So in the stuff that Jim sent me, the Dead Red is medium, the Danger Close is hot, and the Shock and Awe is very hot. So there's 2 more listed that they have that I'm going to have to get my hands on. Marine Green is made from stubborn aged green cayennes that refuse to turn red. Carries a unique, extra tangy flavor that requires slightly less vinegar. Perfect for the breakfast table. Oof. Well, as you know, I like tomorrow. Saturdays we go out. We go out to Julie's, and one of the world's greatest servers is Tori, who by now should have had her baby, so she probably will not be there tomorrow. But I bring my hot sauce with me, the Saint and sauce, all the time. But tomorrow I'm probably gonna bring the Shock and Awe. I'm thinking. And the other one they list on here is called Maple Mayhem. This all-natural habanero-infused pure Vermont maple syrup is the perfect balance of sweet and heat. Maple glazed salmon, chicken, and waffles, grilled Brussels sprouts, and caramelized pork chops. Possibilities are endless, and that one's a medium. For cooking, I guess that'd be worth giving a try. But I can, going off of what they have here, I can probably recreate that. So, I'm gonna have to go over to General's hot sauce myself, and I definitely have to add the Marine Green to the table. But as of this moment in time, the one that I really liked the most was the Shock and Awe. Again, I didn't bring the bottle down here, but it's like every one is like 83% pure peppers and American made, veteran owned company. So if you like hot and you like flavor, another recommendation. Gillian again, David Brown always comes first. Well, never mind. Broke over burnout. David should be on more often. Someone needs to keep an eye on both of you. Yeah, like I said, David is welcome anytime. And as a matter of fact, I didn't bring it down, but I got another package for David, and it's definitely not a box full of pens, but it might be a pen. I mean, maybe someone actually sent him a nice pen. Not that any of the ones up to this moment in time weren't nice. El Tenda. Breeze, my friend, part of my family. Hooah! Hooah! Breeze. Jeremy, pre-dawn death. Holy retirement home, Batman. Don't be a dick. Rocco Burnout, anyone got a pen I can borrow? Laugh out loud. Joey Cuz, I will not be eating any of those imported snacks. Oh, come on, don't be a vag. I mean, Joey, you're not living until you try some crispy foreskins. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. 5-second rule. Yeah, these are actually good. I'm not sure about these. They have a little zest, but I mean, they are. They're kind of like Joey's forehead on a Saturday night. They're like glazed with something. And I don't know why, but David left them. He didn't take them, but the little gravy poofs. Wow, my bad. Those got stale fast. See, can't. This is why some scenarios are so frickin' bad for firearms. But thank God I've got 2 more that aren't open. It's David Brown dumped his shit on me. Wow, I got like, oh, I never cleaned that out. That's okay, just keep adding to it. Yeah, I've got infinity bottle possibilities flying out my ass. Where are we? Oh yeah. But when it comes to actually holding back here, I got the spindles. That was it. Joey had the last comment. Now let's head over to the Two-Hearted Ed Club. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you in here. Awesome. Thank you guys. I always appreciate it. Standing in as Two-Hearted Ed Club beer. It's not good. It's really disappointed Lake Superior's Riptide IPA, but I think let me reevaluate when I drink it. I'll tell you what, Clyde, Ed, I'll put it in a glass that might resurrect it to the next level of drinkability. We'll just pretend that it's Bell's Two-Hearted Ed beer. And we got this, which I'll be bringing up for the show tonight, which you know, I don't know if there's been a promo for it or not. I mean, I gave John some notice, not a heck of a lot, but I just, oh yeah, 4 hours ago. Wow, it's already been 86 views. I just told John, I said, we might just cut to the chase. Let's talk about tits and ass. Tits and ass. That's that. You might see this. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, and I'm gonna go get this edited and try to make sure that it's all taken care of before I jump on with the boys for the pre-show. But tits and ass, and maybe the best of what you saw at SHOT Show. I have to admit, the SHOT Show videos fucking irritate the hell out of me. And if it's someone who I normally follow, don't take this the wrong way. If it's someone, Bald and Curious, if it's someone that I normally always follow your videos, even though I don't comment a lot, SHOT Show stuff was like delete, 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 delete. Now there was a couple pretty cool things. The Rhino, stainless steel Rhino from starts with a C. Whatever. Jim has one. Stainless steel version of that 357 Magnum. Love. But that's going to pave the way for them doing 1 in 44 Magnum. Couple of people sent me different things that were seen at SHOT Show. Chambered in 10mm. The one that NIHAP sent me was just like, why? I just got done having a conversation with you about trying to financially do the right thing, and then he sends me just a fucking bad-ass little guy chambered in 10mm. You know, I don't know, Ed wouldn't dump this out. It's hoppy. It's hoppy like 200 ale, but it has more of a floral or herbal edge to it. Get back to the right damn video. Okay, so first in is Gun Wild 1, Big Jeff. Cheers, two-hearted Ed Clubbers. Sorry, my Sharky. J-Dog, Heart Club. The Real Cobra Burnout. Cheers, two-hearted Ed Club members. Oh, excuse me. Don't mean to be rude. Well, just kind of happens on its own. Smile Money show prep, and with the subject matter, should be easy to stay on topic. See? Yeah, see what I did right there? Yeah, I got nothing, Smile Money. Sorry. Crazy Scotsman, Two-Hearted Ale Club Whiskey. Hashtag Be Like Ed. Okay. That is the doers. I gotta find something that I know. I gotta make sure it's spelled properly. Just to know that it's properly spelled, I'm gonna have to get out the reservation because let's do a little bit of the single malt Scotch, the Belvini Double Wood. Matured in 2 distinct casks, aged for 12 years. Scotland, and being that Matt bought this, one of his bigger concerns, Scotsman, was that it was spelt right, which I definitely have to give him the nod for that. Okay, that's it. we will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you came over and listened to Locked and Loaded again. Tits and ass first. That way, Smile Money, you are 100% right. It's real easy to stay on course. But if we happen to get to it, I wouldn't mind hearing about, and of course it's going to have to come from the chat room. So it's basically another chat room rules night. I want to know about anything cool that was seen. I saw a whole bunch of race guns, but we're talking about like unachievable prices on this stuff. I mean, I have my my G20 that I built, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But to actually own the real deal, you're on par with You're on par with starting to get up there on some high-end rifle builds on what some of these competition or race guns cost. I mean, Pops Quest, Rob, I don't know, you probably don't watch this shit anymore. I don't know what I think I did something to piss him off. But he has some pretty damn cool toys. Scotsman, my friend, I appreciate it, and I love you. Cheers, guys. As Stalker Steve, who didn't show up, would say, well, whatever the fuck he says, I don't know. What does he say? I don't know. Let's check to see if he bothered. Ooh, 2 more. Glad I hit the button. Mike Gillian here. Cheers. Thank you, Mike. And a double tap from the Real Cool Burnout. Stalker Steve, question mark, where's my candy? And on that, I leave you with this. Boom. Yeah, I know, copyright. Fuck.